quiz, and student athletes Ingrid Neo and Courtney Keegan. We'll start it off with an opening comment from Coach.
Well, what can I say? This is one of those moments, this team has worked so hard all year. From when we met in August, we talked about playing on stages like this and what to expect. We trained for it, tried to visualize, what it would be like when you get close to the line and what characteristics you have to have in order to really get through. And I think what you saw today is the culmination of a lot of training and a lot of effort. And I'm really proud of them. I mean, they were clinical in doubles today on the big stage. And then at the end, it looked like we were going to win an hour and a half into it in singles. And then Stanford, the class that they are, found a way to get in there and make it super interesting. And then our freshmen came through again. And so, but what a team effort. I think we played fantastic tennis from start to finish since we arrived here. I'm really happy with our effort and our attitudes, and really proud of the way these guys represent the University of Florida too. It's a first-class bunch.
All right, next we'll take questions for Courtney or Ingrid.
So how do you feel like you played today?
With that 6-0 win. I don't know, I thought I played really well. I went out there with the goal of trying to have fun in my last college match for the University of Florida, and I just went out, played loose, had fun, and went for my shots, and it worked out well.
Courtney, can you describe your feeling right now? I saw tears and everything.
Yeah.
Can you put it in words?
Yeah, no, it's a great feeling. Our goal from the beginning of the year was to not only get to the finish line, but to cross the finish line, and I think we for sure did that. There's no greater feeling doing it with all of your best friends, and I think it's a good way to end the year and to end my career at Florida.
Ingrid, what about you? How come clinching the National Indoor Championships point and now the National Championship point?
Well,
What is this?
if you would have told me going into today that I would clinch the match, I'd probably say you're wrong. And then if you told me that when the team was up 3-love today, I would have said you're crazy. So I didn't think it would come down to me, but I just kept on fighting. I knew Stanford can turn it around, but I just couldn't believe that I was the one to finish it, and it just means so much. And the fact that I did the indoors really helped me today as well. So, and I could not have done it without the incredible team and coaching that I had.
In those final 2 games, you didn't play it safe at all. Where did you find that courage?
Well, I could have played it more bravely, but I just think you're not going to win unless you take it from your opponent, and that's how especially that I'm going to win. And it's just she's clinched so many matches, and I knew she wasn't going to miss, so it was up to me, and I just told myself that, and win or lose, I had to go for it, and it just worked out.
Coach, you couldn't watch at the end?
Well, actually in 2012 when we won it, I stood at that particular spot too until Lauren got that healthy lead, so I figured it was something about that spot. But yeah, the funny thing is, Ingrid and I talked this morning about her tennis DNA, as we call it, and sticking true to her tennis DNA, and I think that was one of the reasons that she was able to win against perhaps the best competitor in college tennis, is that she's really stuck to his tennis DNA. She's a creative player, and in order for her to beat a player like Taylor, she had to really do what she does best, and that's be creative. And I'm really proud that she had the courage to do it, because it's really easy to hold back. But she plowed through. Really, really proud of that.
There are no more questions for the student athletes. Very excused. Did anybody have any more questions? All right,
Ingrid, can you talk about kind of your difference after dropping that first set? Pretty tough, and then kind of coming back for those final 2 sets.
Well, one thing that was in my favor was Stanford played super long match yesterday, ended really late, and Taylor especially just played a very physical match. So I knew that I was never down or out, and I just had to keep going and extend the match as long as possible. But I would have loved to have won the first set, but it didn't go my way. I didn't really deserve it. I didn't play where I should have. So, but I just kept plugging along and got some leads and was able to just run with them.
And Courtney, what was it about your match today? I mean, obviously 6-love, but your focus, your demeanor entering it.
Well, I went into my singles match thinking that she wasn't gonna give it to me. I had to take it away from her, and I think not even today, but the whole tournament, I kind of went in with that mentality that no, we're not gonna back into this. We're gonna go into it hitting winners, doing what we do best, using our legs, and just trusting and having faith. And that's what I did today, and it worked out.
Alright, Ingrid and Courtney, you guys are excused. And we'll take questions from our person.
Well, you guys lost the invincible home streak, and you used Vanderbilt twice. Was there any part of you during the season that thought, I don't know if this is going to work out this year for us to win the whole thing?
No, actually, honestly, no. Look, with this scoring format that we have now, it is a great equalizer. So even the best teams will encounter some resistance, if you will. And I always thought that we had one of the few teams that had a chance at the end. And the streak, look, if any team was going to lose the streak, I really feel like this was a good team to do it, because they had the confidence. We had just won the indoors. They weren't going to be hurt by it, by being the team or labeled as the team who lost the streak, because they had already achieved some things. And next year's team with 3 new freshmen in there would probably have taken it harder. And obviously it happened so that we ended up winning 2 championships, so nobody's talking about the streak anymore.
As a rule, I don't think Gators care for Athens too much, but
That's
I
not
guess
true.
you probably like it here, don't you?
That is not true. We've won an SEC trophy here and 2 national trophies here just in my tenure. So, no, we like playing here a lot. It's a terrific facility. We love the speed of the court, and we have a bunch of Gators who make their way up here to make it loud and nasty for anybody we play. So, I mean, the atmosphere tonight was fantastic, and last night indoors was probably even better because it was louder. So we had great help from our Gator fans.
Can you speak to Ingrid's mental toughness at the end?
I mean, the first set she couldn't hit it in the ocean, from 5 yards, and but she has that uncanny ability to recalibrate and just sticking with it, and slowly but surely you could tell her feeling was beginning to come. Part of it was that I think in the beginning of her second set we had big leads everywhere, so she was allowed to relax a little bit. That made her find her form, and honestly, I didn't say anything to her in the second nor the third set. I gave her high five, said good job, and I got out of there, and I didn't want to mess it up. You could tell that she's starting to find the groove, and sometimes that's just the best medicine.
Other than the score, were there any similarities between the match you played tonight and the one in February against them?
I mean, the stage, make it so much more tense. But it's just a great team. Stanford always had great competitors, and there's just zero chance. Nobody ever beats them 4-0. And so even though I know we had a championship point there to make it 4-0, I think it's just, as soon as we lose that set down there, I just know now there's just so much more meat left on this bone, and our players showed no panic. That's what I love. Anna carries on in her third set, and it's a 5-all. But Stanford's not going to go away. You have to beat them.
Any more questions for Coach?
Come on, here's your chance. I'll sit here all night.
Stick on to it. All right, Coach.
Thank you guys. Go Gators.